first of all, that you are on the right path. This card is a confirmation, a message from your guides. That's what we're doing here in this spread. Message from you're on the right path. If you're questioning, if you're sometimes not trusting, we mentioned this as well in this reading, that you may feel that nothing has changed externally, but maybe deep down you know it doesn't matter. And because you're reaching the moment that you know that it doesn't matter, you're about to have a breakthrough. External change and what we have externally, our job, our income, whether we get pentacles for a purpose or not, it's all meaningless. It doesn't define the value of our change and our transformation. And because you're understanding that, your true destiny is about to unfold. They've been watching you, they've been observing you. You've done such an incredible work, this collective. Remember what I said? You've been sitting at this station for a while now, sipping your coffee. This is why you're calm right now, so don't make this fit. This collective, if it's truly your collective, right now, in this moment of moving from the year of snake to the year of the horse, closing 9-year cycle, people are going crazy, people are shifting. They're, again, turning their lives around. They're running for their train. Everything that I said in previous part, you're sitting pretty. You're calm. Maybe you've had, some ascensions or some revelations, some deep contemplations, but overall, you would find yourself in calmness because the work has been done. You've been waiting for this. I don't think you have been waiting for this unknowingly. Do you know what I mean? Unknowingly. You've been just sitting pretty. You've accepted things for what they are. You've accepted your destiny. You've accepted that you are the prize. You're not doing things to get a better job or a more destined job or to change people's lives or to get maybe, a wider audience or more money or a nicer life. No, you do it for you. Life is meaningless. The only meaning is the one that we give to that life, but the only true meaning is how we change and evolve. Not what we gain, not what we achieve. It's what we achieve for ourselves, for our own transformation. It was destined for you all along. And it's coming. Your destined path. Your highest, most abundant timeline. The train is arriving. And you're going to be able to get on that train peacefully and grab the best seat because you've been waiting for a while now. And the other thing that this card says, and it wraps beautifully into what we said in this reading as well, is the Omnia ut nus est, which is all is one. Remember we talked about that you've achieved wholeness. You understood the wholeness. You understood that the illusion of separation is an illusion, is that the illusion of polarity, good and bad, chakra, it is an illusion, right? We're all one. We're all one supreme consciousness. We have the all-seeing eye here as well, so maybe that is significant for this collective, but it's you are the observer, you are the one being observed, and you're the active observation. You are everything. You are the universe. It requires a level of mastery and a high level of consciousness to understand that. But this collective, you would be there. What I'm saying, it wouldn't be a jibber jabber to you. It would make sense. And even if still there are certain things that you have to sort of make sense in your human existence, you would know this. That life is not about how many lives we will change or how much money we will make or how people will see us successful or right? I've talked about this, I think in one of my previous readings. Our soul carries a unique blueprint, authentic vibration that is blocked, that's the best way of describing it, by the ego. Ego built on conditioning, traumas, triggers, the matrix, right? And when we release that and we allow our authentic vibration to expand through the space of our heart, right? We sort of spread that wherever we go, and we create ripple effect wherever we go by just being, not doing anything. And it's the highest level of consciousness to understand that we are not here to, even if you are meant to be healer, it doesn't matter what kind of practice you will have, how much money you will make, how many people will know of you, because literally with every breath we take, we create that ripple effect. We collectively raise vibration of the entire planet. That's why we're builders of New Earth, not because we have this practice and we've helped X amount of people and X amount of men and women, and we've changed their lives and we make this amount of money and this many people know of us. No, that's why I always try to explain to you guys that some of us spiritual teachers, some will meant to work with masses and some will be seen and matrix like successful. But some will freaking, live in the woods in separation from all. And they will do the same work and same consequence of that work through their own internal practices and meditations. And bam, once a month they're going to go to pick up groceries and they're going to create the same ripple effect. Because we're literally like walking antennas, like senders, right, of the frequency of light. We need to do nothing. The whatever we do is just for our own entertainment. Truly, it's meaningless. It's meaningless. And again, so few people on this earth will actually understand what I'm saying. But for the right collective, for this collective, you get it. You get it. And this is why you're being granted your destined path. Beautiful. All right, let's see what's coming. Let's do some tarot on top of that. Opportunity. Wow! We have the World and we have Ace of Wands. Completion. Reward. Success. Completion. I keep seeing you relax on that bench waiting for that train and just observing people getting nervous and running, and they're running late, and you're like, I've been here for a while. I'm gonna finish my coffee and I'm gonna get the best seat with the best view. I'm ready for this. You're ready for this. New passionate beginning. There's a reason I'm looking now at this snake. It's sort of a kundalini energy, right? It wrap itself around the line of our energy points and the line of our chakras. We talked about kundalini. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe this collective actually understand everything that I said, that it's not something that you can force, that most people who talk about it know nothing of nothing and they're charlatans and they're convincing us that you can awaken your kundalini on a session. BS, the biggest lie, right? Maybe you're meant, I feel like this collective, it may be a detail for some of you. Feel into how it resonates. But remember everything that we said about working with your body, how your body reacts, how your body releases trauma. Maybe you're also meant to work with that Kundalini energy. I feel this collective, you're truly magic. I feel that there's a reason I was saying you're not a healer for everyone. It's a different kind of healer. Healers for masses, they carry different messages. I feel you're really for those that are truly awakened, to understand. That's why we should never, as healers, we should never adjust our messages. And it's a common mistake that people make, right? They want more following, so they start to adjust their messages for more people to understand. Like, we couldn't care less. You are meant to attract your audience, even if that audience is 5 people, right? Because the sort of a higher we go in expansion of our consciousness, less people will actually be able to comprehend and be able to work with that. But what I was also hearing with this clearly, because both of these cards are cards of travel as well. So maybe that opportunity that we mentioned will be an opportunity to travel. I'm hearing I'm hearing it may be sort of a combination, a travel, but travel that will have something to do with your expansion and when it comes to your career. So it may be many things. It may not necessarily be, it may be for some of you that someone will offer you a job that will sort of come with a travel opportunity, but it may also be an opportunity that you will feel into, that this is what you want to do, this is what you want to go, and it will be travel for some sort of a training or a seminar, to go towards, to expand. Let's see what else. Whoop. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, and that's on top of that beyond the past. Remember what we said about this card and this one. I feel there is something that you will still, I don't think it's a big thing. I think it's exactly what we said, that throughout the journey of healing and journey of shadow work, you've put the bar really high for yourself, right? So it's like when we put the bar, those of us who are hyperachievers, we jump on that wagon and we're really like, let's do this, let's go, all the shadows, right? There's a moment when everything is done, everything is healed, everything is integrated, and we're like, whoo, what do we do now, right? So we look for things that we can still course correct, but there's a moment when you can over-engineer things. There are parts of you that may be deemed not necessarily the best by society and conditioning, but there's no perfection. Remember what I said? We have to be authentic, and sometimes within our authenticity we have our little things, we have our little quirks, right? So embrace it. I feel it's time for you to really embrace it just the way you are. You're perfect just the way you are. There's nothing to be corrected. You're healing. This collective, if the whole reading resonated, your healing journey has ended. You're now on a journey of expansion. So release that burden of constantly wanting to be better. Now you're going to be expanding. You're going to be expanding how you see things, how you understand things. But you're authentic. You're perfect just the way you are. Release that. Whoop, too many. The 4 wanted to pop up. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. That's interesting. That's interesting because that's on top of that destined path. But I'm hearing, remember we mentioned that you had an episode. I feel like you've released this already, this collective, or maybe you still have some residual energy around that. Remember we talked about comparing, that you look at people who started the same time that you, and they're in a completely different place, and maybe for a very long time you couldn't understand it, you were blaming you. What am I doing wrong? What am I not getting right? But external shift is completely not linked to, right? It's not that it's not linked, but it doesn't go along the way equally with our internal change. For some of us, it's, imagine this is internal change and this is external change. For some people it goes like this, right? For some people it goes like this, that you change internally up to the moment that you're ready to hold your highest most aligned timeline, and then your life changes within a day. How the external, it will never go first, it always follows, but how it follows, if it's that way or that way, it's very individual. It has nothing to do with how you do things and everything to do with your individual path, your individual destiny. So maybe there is still something that you need to release, but I feel more than anything, we're going to see what comes in the second row, but I feel that you're being granted this destined path and this true path of yours, because you've released, because you no longer are in competition. We cannot, those of us who will build new earth, there's no competition, there's just cooperation, there's no comparison, there's authenticity. So you either still have some residual release to do, or you've already released that this is why you're being granted. You're not in competition with anyone. That when we talk about spirituality, we follow our highest path. We follow our highest excitement. We are spiritualists. We never think in the categories of, oh, no, I'm not going to do that because the market is oversaturated. I don't care about the market. I have specific people that are linked to me through golden threads, one-way golden threads, healer to healee, that I will help. And that might be millions of people, maybe be 5 people, right? It's not for me because I don't do it even for that. We're supposed to do it meaningless. Remember what I said? Because it's who you are, because it's the authentic you, not for the outcome, not for I will heal you humans, right? You know what I mean? Let's do another road to clarify. Opportunity. The Empress. Abundance, grace, harmony, fertility, love, nature. This is the divine feminine, but I'm feeling more, this is also a card of good luck. Maybe for some time, this collective, you felt that you were putting, remember we've talked about this. It's like you were putting in work and you didn't feel any outcome. And it felt like you didn't have that good luck. It's like the divine was not, sorry, confirmation supporting you. And you couldn't understand why. And I feel it's because you couldn't understand that mechanism. And you couldn't understand that for some of us, my universal truth, okay, you guys, my universal truth, the greatest spiritual teachers, when you are revealed to your path and to this world, you have to have humility, okay? And the greatest spiritual teachers are those that either never or until a very long way, they won't see an external outcome, because it's the ultimate test. Will you keep pushing for years on end, not because you want to achieve something, not because you want to change something, but because it's who you are, it's what you do. No external expectation, right? No expectation on the outcome. And usually it's when we fully release that things start coming into place and coming into fruition, and they start to blossom, the good luck. But it's also because, you know, when you are truly on that path, and I think it's going to be relevant for this collective, you understand that there is no good luck and bad luck. Do you know what I mean? Things just happen, right? So maybe you recently had that breakthrough, or maybe you're about to have that breakthrough. That sometimes things happen, you're like, oh my God, it's such a bad luck. Something broke here in my car, or something happened that I didn't expect this to happen. Maybe additional sort of a spending or a forgotten bill. And in the past, you would think about this, that it's a bad luck. Now you think, thank you, Source. If it happens, I know that I am watched over. I know that I am protected. It means that it has to happen. It means that somehow that I don't need to understand, it's relevant for my journey. And when you truly embody that energy, the red doors start to open. The luck, the good luck, what we understand is good luck. But you've had good luck all along. You've been protected. It's just your conditioned mind that didn't understand that. The Tower. The Tower. But at this point, this collective, you would know that towers should be welcome. The towers are good. I'm hearing it's always darkest before the dawn. You may have a moment in the next months, as we're moving to this new year, that you will feel like, oh my God, why is this happening? You the past you, the old you, things that will be that destructive tower, right? So that through an outside observer won't be the most positive things and the greatest things. But because you are sitting on that bench for quite a while and you're waiting for the train, you understand how things work. So as they come, you will know, the tower is good luck. The tower in reality is good luck. There are things that the matrix would deem as negative, but truly spiritual people know and understand that if it is happening, I trust because I'm protected, I'm guided. If it is happening, it means that it's opening a new door for me, that it's clearing something. Confirmation that the wax from my candle just fell, that it's clearing out something that cannot get on that train with me. So I embrace it. Thank you, Source. What? The Hierophant, that's the second time that we have the Hierophant. Another level of wisdom. But you know what I'm also hearing? I'm also hearing that the door was your first card, right? I feel like something will happen that you will see an opportunity will be presented to you, but maybe in the beginning you won't really see how it makes sense. How could I do it? How could I, right? But then you're going to have a bit of a tower moment that will rearrange things for you, that will bring you clarity through the release and removal of certain things. And because you are in this mindset that you understand that everything that happens is good luck, it's like the door was there all along, but now you'll be granted the key. Through that mindset change, through that mental breakthrough, you will understand that you had that key all along. Your wisdom, your readiness. And you will get on that train and walk through that door. The Chariots. The Chariot. The Chariot is our last card. Yes. I feel like the movement. I feel like the movement, this collective, maybe you even went on, you've been through this journey so many years, maybe you would hear movement, and nothing would happen. And it's like maybe first you lost hope, and then you understood that it's not about movement. Everything that I just said, it's not about movement, it's not about external change. I feel this collective, you would be now in this mindset that you are at peace, you are whole, but you don't even wish for things, because it's this moment when we realize that it doesn't make sense to wish for things. Not because we're not going to be granted our wishes or our prayers, but because the divine, your higher self, knows what you want. They know what's on your highest timeline. They know what's your destiny. They're not going to grant you. Some of us, right? You're so divinely protected that you're never going to be granted anything that is not relevant to your journey. So what's the point of praying? Because what you're praying for, it may be something that is not relevant to you. This collective at this point, all you're praying is protection, alignment, and gratitude. You wouldn't be praying for specific things. Maybe here and there, you express that there are certain things that, you would want to happen. It's fine, we're humans. But overall, And I feel like you've been wanting this progress for so long and it hasn't been arriving, that at one point you've given up, but then you alchemize the given up into acceptance, into understanding that life is not about things coming into fruition. And right now you're sitting pretty at that station, okay? You're here. And you know that this train is going to arrive. When and how, it's going to arrive. And I'm ready. I'm ready here sipping my tea. And when it arrives, with peace, wisdom, and readiness, I'm going to embark this train. I'm going to get the great seat. But the train is coming. The train is coming. And it will take you, I'm going to start crying. It will take you to the most awesome places. I don't want to start crying. I'm going to end it right here. It was a beautiful reading. Magical, truly magical collective. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please share, like, comment. And yeah, I usually say here that if you feel like signing up for a session, link is in my bio, but this collective, you don't need me. If it's truly If this whole reading resonated, you don't need me. You're about to embark on the most amazing train of your life that will take you to your destined path, your abundant path, your highest, most aligned timeline. I feel like you've already been connected, because this is actually, you guys, this is actually how it happens. Our highest, most abundant timeline, it's something that we don't connect to from one day to another. We first connect to our highest timeline, and then it links to the abundant timeline. And it is a little bit like the train station, right? So your train station, the train station is your highest, most aligned timeline. And the train that arrives is the abundance, is the fruition of the actual destiny, right? So as we embark on this journey, we heal, we go inwards on a spiral in search of ourselves and in search of understanding which train station is my train station. And then we find that station and we go towards that station. We see it from outside in the beginning. We maybe get in, we get out, that highest, most aligned timeline, right? We still take decisions. We're not sure we're in, but right? And the moment comes when you know, this is my aligned timeline, this is my destiny, this is who I am, this is my station. And this is the moment when you get out to the, what you call, where the train actually arrives, and you sit on that bench. And you just sit there. And you order yourself some coffee. And you know that the train, the final train, the abundance train, the fulfillment train, you already are on your highest timeline, but it's not yet fulfillment and abundance, because the when and the how is not in your hands. It's in the hands of the divine. So you sit pretty on that station and you wait, and you know that the train will arrive. You don't care how and when. You no longer even, sometimes there are moments, you guys, that we forget that we're here waiting for a train, right? The sun is shining, the bench is comfortable, the coffee's good. What am I really doing here? But I know I belong in this station, right? And then there's this moment, it's like from far, you hear choo choo. It's coming. It's coming. And you sense that it's coming, but you're still sitting pretty. Because at this point, I mean, I knew it would come. I knew it would come. Just when it's ripe. Just on schedule. Not too early, not too late. And some of us sit on that station for a year. And some of us for 5 years. Some of us more. It doesn't matter, because like I said, when you're truly awakened, you know that this is your station, this is your place. Where else would I go? What else would I do? Who else would I be? This is where I belong. Sipping my coffee, waiting for my train.